Hello from the other side, CJ here. If you're looking for phones that sit right between upper mid-range and full flagship territory, well then, these two are probably already on your shortlist. The POCO F8 Pro and the Honor 400 Pro, both promising flagship level experiences without going the ultra premium pricing. Perhaps the difference lies in their priorities. The POCO F8 Pro is clearly built for performance, gaming, and endurance, while the Honor 400 Pro leans more toward premium design, cameras, and smart software features. On paper, both look impressive. But how do they actually compare in real-world use? Let's break it down in this comparison. Starting with the looks, the POCO F8 Pro takes a very practical approach to design. You get a glass front and back paired with a metal frame, giving it a solid and reassuring feel the moment you pick it up. The flat design helps it sit steady on the tables and make it easier to grip during long gaming sessions. It does have some heft, but it never feels unbalanced or awkward to hold. The back finish is subtle. It's matte to be exact, and it doesn't retain smudges as much. One thing that adds to that confidence is its IP68 dust and water resistance, including protection for submersion. The infrared blaster is still here too, which is a small feature, but one that's genuinely useful once you start using it. Meanwhile, the Honor 400 Pro feels more refined from the get-go. The frosted glass back also resists fingerprints, and the curved edges give it a more comfortable grip. Durability is also another strong point. The Honor 400 Pro carries IP68 and IP69 ratings, plus a 5-star SGS drop resistance. It feels like a phone designed to survive daily wear and tear without losing that premium look. Color options are also more understated and professional, which fits the phone's overall character. With both phones offering solid build quality and water resistance, the POCO F8 Pro feels tough and practical, but the Honor 400 Pro still comes through as the more premium and better looking device overall, at least in my opinion. Flip to the front, the F8 Pro features a tad bit smaller 6.59-inch AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate, and it's excellent for everyday use and gaming. Scrolling is smooth, animations feel fluid, and the touch response is especially impressive for fast-paced games. Brightness goes up to around 3500 nits, which makes outdoor visibility a non-issue, even under harsh sunlight. Color tuning leans more towards vibrant, but they're controlled, so content looks good without being overly saturated. Watching videos, browsing social media, or playing games all feel enjoyable. Audio is another strong point for the F8 Pro. The stereo speakers tuned by Bose deliver loud, clear sound with good separation, making them great for gaming and streaming without headphones. Biometric security is handled by an ultrasonic in-display fingerprint sensor. It's fast and accurate, though the placement is slightly higher than what I'm used to. But once you get the hang of it, unlocking the phone becomes second nature basically. As for the Honor 400 Pro, it has a larger 6.7-inch quad curved AMOLED display, also running at 120Hz. What really stands out is brightness. With peak levels reaching up to 5000 nits in HDR content, this display is easy to use outdoors. Its thin bezels help create a more immersive viewing experience, especially when watching movies or playing games. Colors are punchier, and while reds can look slightly oversaturated and at times, most users will find the display visually pleasing. Stereo speakers here are noticeably improved compared to the base Honor 400, and interestingly, it offers a more fuller sound and better balance. Nonetheless, both phones offer great displays and audio, but the brighter screen, more immersive feel give the Honor 400 Pro the edge for multimedia. Talking about the cameras, the POCO F8 Pro uses a triple rear camera setup with a 50-megapixel main camera, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 50-megapixel telephoto lens. Meanwhile, the Honor 400 Pro goes much further with its camera system though. It features a 200-megapixel main shooter with OIS, a 50-megapixel telephoto also with OIS, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens. In good lighting, both phones take photos that are sharp with warm and vibrant colors, along with good dynamic range. The telephoto lens for the Honor 400 Pro is a standout for zoom shots at this price thanks to its OIS support. Furthermore, its 200-megapixel main camera captures excellent detail with strong dynamic range and more natural color output. Low-light performance is decent for both, but noise becomes more noticeable on the F8 Pro, particularly on the ultra-wide and telephoto lenses. The 400 Pro's 50-megapixel telephoto with OIS performs better in low light and delivers more consistent zoom results. Night mode is reliable, and the 50-megapixel front camera produces sharp, flattering selfies. recording goes up to 8K at 30 frames per second for the POCO, while Honor is capped at 4K at 60 frames per second. Both provide nice, stabilized shots that already look good for socials. However, the 400 Pro offers better output and cleaner audio for the most part. If cameras matter to you, the Honor 400 Pro does offer a more capable and versatile setup. Performance-wise, this is where the POCO F8 Pro really separates itself from the competition. Powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite and paired with up to 12GB of LPDDR5X RAM, this phone is built for hardcore gaming. Benchmarks tell us a very clear story. POCO scored 2.6 million points on Antutu version 10, maxed out 3D Mark Wildlife, and reached over 6,000 points in Wildlife Extreme, averaging 38 frames per second. In real-world use, that power is even more obvious. Apps open instantly, multitasking is a breeze, and demanding games like Wuthering Waves, PUBG, and Pokemon Unite run smoothly. At max settings, Wuthering Waves does get the phone heating up drastically faster, but performance remains stable and there's no heavy throttling to be seen here. On the other hand, the Honor 400 Pro uses the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which, to be fair, is still a very capable flagship chip. It scored over 1.8 million on Antutu, maxed out standard 3D Mark Wildlife, and reached over 4,000 points in Wildlife Extreme, pumping up 27 frames per second on average. In daily use, it still feels fast and reliable. Games like Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves run well at high settings, and thermals stay comfortable even during longer sessions. Still, when you compare them side by side, the POCO F8 Pro simply pushes harder and sustains higher performance. For users who care about raw power, benchmarks, and gaming longevity, the POCO F8 Pro clearly leads in this category. Now, onto the software side. The POCO F8 Pro runs on Android 16 with HyperOS 3. The experience is smooth, fast, and familiar if you've used Xiaomi or POCO devices before. Animations are fluid, multitasking tools like split screen and floating windows work well, and Game Turbo helps fine-tune performance during long gaming sessions. There are substantial bloatware, and sadly ads are still here. Despite that fact, customization options are easy to access. Everything feels designed to stay out of your way and let the hardware do its thing. As for the Honor 400 Pro, it runs on Magic OS 9 on top of Android 15. It's apparently much more feature-heavy and leans strongly towards AI. You get tools like Magic Portal, live translation, AI writing assistance, and deepfake detection, which feels more refined than what Xiaomi offers. Even better, Honor offers a solid update pledge of up to 6 years of both major OS upgrades and security patches. POCO is left with 4 years of OS upgrades and up to 6 years of security patches, which is still a pretty decent upgrade policy. That said, we're giving the point this round to the Honor 400 Pro. For battery, the POCO F8 Pro packs a slightly larger 6,210 mAh unit. During heavy use, it easily lasted us a full day, and in our PC Mark battery test, it was able to get 17 hours and 50 minutes of uptime. Charging is fast at 100 watts wired, and reverse wired charging is supported, though wireless charging is not supported here. Meanwhile, the Honor 400 Pro comes with a 6,000 mAh battery and performs about the same with POCO's. Our PC Mark battery test garnered us a result of 17 hours and 45 minutes. Charging also matches POCO's at 100 watts wired, but Honor adds 50 watts wireless charging, and take note, it even comes with a charger in the box, so that's something. Battery life is excellent on both phones, but the added convenience of wireless charging gives Honor a slight advantage here. Wrapping things up, the POCO F8 Pro is indeed built for performance. With a Snapdragon 8 Elite and up to 12GB of RAM, it handles heavy games, multitasking, and demanding apps with ease. Starting at just 29,999 pesos, it's one heck of a flagship killer that not only provides top-tier processing power, but also capable cameras, solid battery life, and more than enough multimedia experience. As for the Honor 400 Pro, it definitely leans more toward balance and refinement. Its camera system is quite impressive, and it almost felt like a flagship level at that. Wireless charging, AI-powered features, and long-term software support also add to its overall advantage over the competition. With a price tag of 32,999 pesos, it may not match the POCO in terms of raw performance, but for everyday use, especially in photography, it delivers exceptionally well. If you're a gamer or power user, the POCO F8 Pro makes more sense for you. But if you care more about camera performance, then the Honor 400 Pro is a no-brainer. But what do you think about this comparison? Are you Team POCO or Team Honor? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find this video helpful or informative, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out any of our future uploads. See us on the socials at Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, and see yugotech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been CJ, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! See you later!